What's up, guys? And Navajedo here, bringing you a Amazon knife I found that I thought looked pretty interesting. So I wanted to purchase it myself and just kind of test it out and see, what it's all about. I've never heard of this brand. It's called, I believe, Ioko, or yeah, Ioko, I believe that's the name of the brand. Couldn't find a specific name for this. If I do end up finding it, I'll put it somewhere here. But yeah, it's kind of, I went down the, Amazon rabbit hole, as we all do sometimes, just kind of looking to see what's new and what they have on there. And I found this really, really interesting. First things first, let's go ahead and just give you guys, the general, just because this is not a knife that I have seen reviewed before, or that there are a lot of reviews of. So we have 7.6 from tip to butt right here. Overall, we have a 4.25 handle and a 3.03 blade right here. We have an overall thickness right here on the blade stock of 0.118. So decent thickness right there on the blade. This is a G10. It has about kind of like a Fox bolster that I'll get into it in a little bit more. And then we have a D2 steel here. It does, this is why I kind of don't like buying from Amazon sometimes, unless it's like a reputable, company or something like that have been around for years that we can trust. It says it's HRC'd to 59 to 60. This D2, and then on another picture it says that it's hardened to 62. So I'm not sure exactly what range they're actually going at. I don't really mind. I'll cut with this. I'll end up giving my determination on whether this is holding up well. So yeah, just trying to be as transparent as possible as far as buying on Amazon. You kind of get that. You don't have exact HRCs if you care about that at all, which I kind of really don't, but whatever. Okay, so getting into this right here, we have a button lock right here for the lock. It is a plunge lock. I wish it would have been maybe a little bit, of a button actuated liner lock. That would have been really cool, but button lock nonetheless, very popular locking style. And I absolutely love the design of this. I think this looks really cool. It's almost like a traditional style, with the Fox bolster right here. I think it's really sleek, really minimal, design on the actual scales here and on the handle. So I really like that. It's a contoured handle G10, so that's pretty cool. I have the black and white one. They offer also in the orange and I believe white. I'm not sure. I'll show a picture of it right here. And again, this one will be in the description, an affiliate link if you guys want to go ahead and check this out. And let me go over the price. So you're getting a button lock D2 G10 contoured. Really nice action on this as well. I got this on the spring sale for about 25 bucks. Right now they are at regular price at 35 bucks, which I still think is a pretty good deal. Not too bad as far as like what you're getting, the overall design and the materials being used. I think it's pretty decent price. And yeah, I really like the sheep's foot blade, kind of the drop down or reverse tanto, maybe you can call it. I absolutely love the function that a tanto gives you, because it has that tip nice and low so that you can go into utility cuts or just drag cuts, anything as far as packages, all that stuff is really, really easy to get into with this. Minimal hardware here. You have two, I believe it's T6s. Let me double check that for you guys. This is a T8. Okay, so T8 pivot, T6 for the body screws, and then you're looking at probably T6s for the actual hardware on the pocket clip. Pocket clip, pretty decent. It's okay. Nice tension on there, but it is not inset, and it has mushroom screws on there, so not the best. I did find that it sometimes it's not hard to get in and out. It just does get maybe stuck in the middle in between those two buttons, your you know, your pants seam. So not the best pocket clip, but again, this is probably a newer company. They're kind of, you know, testing things out. Maybe that's something that they could, you know, in the future inset the pocket clip. It looks like it is a reversible pocket clip, so that's really cool. Showing this blade again, we have a not so good sharpening tool. As you can see, the plunge is right here at the tip of my nail, and it's almost right there already. So again, little details like that, you know, I'm not gonna be too harsh on it, because again, if it's a new company, this is kind of the little things that, you know, they can just you know, fix in the future. Sorry, taking a sip of my coffee. Ioko right here on the end of the blade right here, and nice thumb studs too. I really like thumb studs. They're perfectly placed, and I really appreciate this little chamfer that they knocked off on the edge, if you guys can see that, of the white right there. Knocked off a little bit right there, just so you can more easily get to that thumb stud, and it works really, really good. Action, press it down, and it does have a little bit of, I think what's happening is the spring tension is a little bit too hard on this one. So the action, it's good. It's definitely usable and everything, but it's not as smooth. I mean, when I'm comparing it to, obviously, the Button Lock King, the, you know, Pyrite, this thing is super smooth. This one, you can tell you're pressing down just a little bit more just to make sure you can get that plunge to go all the way in and start releasing the blade. So, you know, I give it maybe a, you know, 3.5 out of 5, maybe, let's say. But it's still good. I mean, it still functions exceptionally well. You're not gonna, you know, be having any issues deploying or disengaging it. Again, that blade shape, really, really useful. I really like it. I think it's just a classy looking knife, honestly. I mean, I don't really see this being something I would you know, be scared to carry either just out on my normal EDC or even to work, which I'm actually thinking of just doing some customization, maybe dyeing this and maybe changing the pocket clip, you know, just little things like that, maybe stone washing the blade right here. So this is pretty cool for 35 bucks. I mean, you can, you know, have something that's, I think, quite unique, and I really like it. I mean, it feels great in hand. The ergos feels great. You still have a little bit on the end right there, so it'll fit, you know, pretty big hands. Nice length on this blade. They gave you a little bit of jimping right here, not the most aggressive jimping, very like just dulled down jimping, but it's fine. Just kind of similar to I wouldn't say similar to the Pyrite, but Pyrite has it a little bit better on this jimping. But it's still pretty decent because they did give you jimping at least, and it is usable. You can go, you know, pretty much bearing down on this right here, and it feels comfortable. They would have gone maybe a little bit more with the jimping, just because when you're resting all the way up right here, your thumb ends up more on this, you know, further down the blade right here. So this kind of right here, it'd be better if it was a little bit more, but yeah, not too much to knock on this knife. It's really cool looking. I made a short, you know, kind of showing it, and a lot of people liked it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Sorry guys, I always forget to do comparisons on knives. So I wanted to compare it obviously to the CJRB Pyrite, and they look to be about the same exact size. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you're getting Pyrite size, the Pyrite light size specifically. Let's do another button lock right here. The original, but with the alternate blade, the Pyrite Alt. A little bit bigger than the Pyrite Alt right there. And then finally, let's do maybe another button lock right here that's pretty popular, the Civivi Cubit. So bigger than the Cubit, obviously, at 7.6 inches. And then let's get something else that's a little bit bigger. This is the CJRB Prado. The Prado is huge, so way smaller than the Prado right there, you can tell. So yeah, wanted to just show you some size comparisons. Cool. I will again link it down below if you guys want to check it out. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave it down below. But yeah, I'm really liking this one. Just wanted to give kind of, I haven't owned it for too long, a little bit of a first impressions, but I will be using it more and kind of give you guys a more in-depth video farther along once I use it. But wanted to get this out there so you guys can check it out. If I find something new, I want to bring it to your guys' attention. So yeah, really cool little Amazon knife. Be careful going down that Amazon rabbit hole, guys, because it gets expensive quick. But this is a very budget-friendly piece, so not too bad. All right, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I do have a Instagram. Go ahead and follow me on there. And if you guys like this video, like and subscribe. Turn on the notifications. I will bring you guys more videos like this one. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Later.